Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Thank you to Lambda Literary Foundation and these wonderful fellows for all of your support. I've so enjoyed the past week, so thank you. I will read the last page of my novel project. So to give you a little bit of background, Embarkations, or Boating for Beginners, is a love story set in a drowning world. My reimagining of Noah's Ark takes place in the near future and centers around two families. We've got Cain and his husband, Abel, and their closest friends. Noah, his wife Sarah, and their son Jonah. They've been friends for decades, and they go on their usual holiday jaunt out on the Chesapeake Bay. And Noah and Cain get tangled up in an affair. So trouble ensues. As the relationships are torn apart, the ice caps and glaciers melt, sea levels rise, and the world starts to sink. Decades after the affair and the floods, Jonah by water retells the past in an attempt to make sense of history and genealogy for the sake of his own children as they chart a new journey. So here is Embarkations, or Boating for Beginners, a novel, Part 2, The Book of Jonah, Chapter 20, The New World. By the year 2052, as the waters continued to rise, as the temperatures shifted and storms transformed into seasons, hurricane season, tornado season, El Niño, derecho, we learned to splice, graft, and regenerate cell cultures until we deconstructed and reconstructed ova, spermatozoa, until XX chromosomes could propagate. And from there, a seismic shift in platelets and a revolution in cell division so that XY plus XY could equal progeny. Let's have kids, I told my husband Moby, but let's make them better. Sperm culled from cold storage, the microscopic genetic flagellations labeled for my uncles Abel and Cain, spliced and rejoined to bits of Moby and me, and through us all a whole history of need, want, and desire was brought home. When our surrogate glowed with the pride of two heartbeats, a double heart we called it, I knew. We're having twins, I told my mom. We'll do better this time. Make the world do right by them. But you're heading off to God knows where, Mom said, as she stared out onto the desalination levees, glimmering like a mirage along the coast, holding the water back. All men ever do is leave, she said. Aw, hon, my dad Noah said. Don't you see, they're pioneers. Our grandkids will have a whole universe to make their own. Our destination, planet Kepler 438b. We'll teach our sons to tend to what we carry from Earth as they plot until the stars, I said. We'll get it right this time. Joy. We'll teach them joy. You mean love, my husband asked. His bronze fingers reached out for my hand, reached back into our childhoods, before all the floods, before the oceans asserted. Love. Yes, love. To love each step as we embark the Star Ark, race 2 by 2 onto the vessel, my husband and I, our sons Abel and Cain, all four prancing and leaping and boarding, not knowing what the future holds, past the fluctuations of magnetic fields and coronal space borealis, fluttering and shimmering, penetrating deep into the underglow of dark matter, not knowing when or where we might emerge, only knowing we're guiding our futures towards heaven's light, propelling genes and progeny past light speed, past dream speed, past the dark watered abyss of night. We spurt towards the stars. We embark. Thank you.